We are continuing from the previous lesson. In the previous lesson, we've covered rounding off and rounding off to the nearest 10. Today, we are continuing with rounding down. What is rounding down? When we talk about rounding down, we talk about the process of eliminating the decimals. You know the principle now that when do we eliminate? But when it comes to rounding down, we do it in context. I'm going to explain this thoroughly so that you can understand, because basically with rounding down, it is not about how much value do we have after a decimal. All we are saying is that whatever value we are having after a decimal will be left out. To give you an example, if you have to get to a taxi and you find that there's a space left but a human being cannot fit there, so that space is not considered, meaning that the rounding down is how it is done. I'm going to start with the first examples, but basically as we are doing it, we will be using the contexts. Okay, round down the following. If you are given 47,32, 47,32 has got the decimal 32. But now we're saying with the rounding down, you just eliminate the decimal. And this is 47. So you don't even have to consider whether is it greater or less. You just eliminate it. And then with the second one, we have 230. With 230 as well, we are saying you need to eliminate the decimal. So these are the solutions. For 47,32, our answer is 47 because we've eliminated 32. And now we continue. For 230,95, the answer is 230 because we have eliminated 95. I still repeat that it doesn't matter whether the value is greater than 5 or less. Once we say round down, you just eliminate the decimal. So let us have a look at this question. Tuso is packing shoe boxes into 2 cabinets. He used calculations to determine the number of boxes to be placed in each cabinet. His answers were, for cabinet A, it was 18,3. For cabinet B, it was 12,8. So we want to know how many boxes will she pack in each cabinet. So take note that here, the rounding off principle does not apply. You always eliminate the decimal. So we say, for the first one, because we have 18,0,3, so this is like 18 plus 0,3. So I'm sorry about this error. This is like 18 plus 0,3. So if you have 18 plus 0,3, we are saying this 0,3 will not fit in a cabinet. So because it will not fit in a cabinet, therefore, implication is that only 18 boxes will fit. Therefore, the answer will be 18. We cannot say 19 because the 19th one will not fit. So we eliminate the 0.3. For the second one, again, we are having 12,8. So because 12,8 is similar to 12 plus 0,8, therefore, we say we eliminate 0,8 because it only tells you that the 13th one will not fit. Therefore, we only have 13 boxes. We only have 12 boxes that will fit there because the 13th one will not fit. So this is the rounding down. Basically, when you round down, you just leave the decimal. That is the basic principle. Now let us have a look at rounding up, which is the last concept that we are covering. When we round up, what is rounding up? When we talk about rounding up, we are talking about the process of adjusting a decimal upwards. So once you have a decimal, it doesn't matter how big the decimal is, that decimal is adjusted upward, and it will add 1 unit to the unit that you are having in your answer. So let us have a look at this example. The first example that we are having is that round up the following. Number 1, we have to round up 67,77. So remember, I said once we say round up, you always make sure that you adjust the unit upward. So now with this one, we will have 67. This 0,77 will now adjust the 7 upward, and then we add 1, and then the answer that we will have is 68. This is your rounding up. So when we round up 67,77, basically we add 1 to the answer. And then now let us have a look at the second one. We are saying for the second one, once more, we need to round up 12,2. It doesn't matter that comma 2 is very small. So even if it's a very small value, but because we need to round up, remember, round up means adjusting upwards. So we will adjust this upward. So the unit 2 will be adjusted upwards. So 12 will be added with 1, and the answer that we get will be 13 therefore. So take note, when we say you adjust upwards, you always add 1 to the unit that is given. So let us have a look at this example. Lulu's recipe needs 2 eggs to prepare pancakes to serve 3 people. How many eggs does she need to prepare pancakes for 7 people? So we need to do this calculation. So when we calculate, remember, we are saying we are having 7 people. We divide the same units, and then we multiply by a different unit. So we take 7 people, we divide by 3 people, and then we will multiply by 2x. So always make sure that the same units are dividing, because this is people and people. We divide 7 people by 3 people, and we multiply by 2. So let us do our calculation. When we calculate, press your calculator with me. It's 7 divided by 3, and then we multiply this by 2, and then we want to know the number of x. The answer that I get is 4,66. It's 66 recurring. How many 6s? 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 7. So your answer is 4,66666667. So now we say, when we do the calculation, we're looking at the concept of recipe. If we are going to take 4x will not be enough. Therefore, we need to round up. This is rounding up in context, looking logically at what will be applicable. Therefore, we are going to round this up, and as we round it up, we will add 1 to 4, and then our answer will then be 5x. So the answer, the number of eggs that Lulu needs to prepare for 7 people will then be 5x. If it's 4, will not be enough, remember. Therefore, we round up. Thank you so much. Just get a glass of water. We will come back after this ad break.